Once upon a time, in the cold and quiet corners of Canada, a small company sparked a revolution in yo-yo world. They didn't have the biggest team, the flashiest packaging, or even consistent restock, but they had soul. And for a few years, if you were into yo-yoing, CLYW was everything. This is the story of Caribou Yo-Yo Works, the brand that turned hand-spun aluminum into art, hype, and legend. CLYW was founded in 2006 by Chris, a designer and a yo-yo enthusiast from Edmonton, Alberta. Originally just trying to make a small run of yo-yos for fun, Chris created the Peak, a yo-yo that wasn't just good, it was beautiful. What set the Peak apart wasn't just its performance, it was the design, the vibe, the culture. Hand-painted boxes, organic shape, colors that look like they were pulled straight from a Bob Ross painting. The yo-yo world had never seen anything quite like it at its time, and once people started throwing it, the Peak became a legend. As CLYW dropped more runs of the Peak, it became nearly impossible to get one without knowing somebody or paying a premium amount on the Yo-Yo BST buy, sell, and trade board on Facebook. Peaks started flipping for double, even triple their retail price. CLYW wasn't just a yo-yo brand, it was a movement. And then came more hits. The Woolly Marmount, the Chief, the Yeti, and more. Each one had a unique personality and each drop was an event. The Yeti, another yo-yo that sold for ridiculous amounts of money on the Yo-Yo BST page, was a yo-yo that I seen go for over $200 at its prime. It was one of the most desirable plastic yo-yos at the moment. Everybody wanted to get their hands on a Yeti. They were never in stock in any of the yo-yo shops, and whenever you saw somebody with it, they would only trade multiple yo-yos for that yo-yo. They would only sell it for double its retail price. The Yeti was a strong staple of CLYW as well. They weren't pumping out thousands of units. Every release felt like a secret club, limited, exclusive, and dripping with character. But a company isn't just built off of yo-yos alone. It's built off of a phenomenal team. CLYW didn't just sign pros, they signed artists. People who threw yo-yos like it was a language. People who told stories with their tricks. Jensen Kimmett joined in the early days of CLYW and became a world champion in 2010. Zach Gormley pushed the boundaries of tech and flow, winning the US Nationals and redefining modern yo-yo freestyles. Later on, going to win the World Yo-Yo Contest as well. Charles Haycock's flow always had such an artistic style to it, seamless, like water. Anthony Rojas, who has one of the most beautiful yo-yoing styles in my opinion. His freestyles always are so magical. The way he constructs his freestyles to the beat of the music and his song choices always blows my mind. Also later on recruiting Tessa Pachiro, who was the women's world champion in 2014 as well. CLYW's team was stacked with powerhouses. They weren't just competitors, they were artists, mastering their craft to a point where it seemed seamless. CLYW wasn't just where the best went, it was where the coolest went. At their peak, pun included, CLYW was the supreme of yo-yos. Their yo-yos weren't just gear, they were collectibles. Some of their runs were so rare they only made 10 to 15 pieces in a certain colorway, and people would pay hundreds just to own them. The BST page on Facebook was filled with wanting to trades and searching for the Chief, the Yeti, the Cliff, and the Peak. Owning a CLYW wasn't just about how it played. It was a statement that you were part of something rare, raw, and real. What made CLYW truly unique was how they inspired a whole generation of players to chase style over speed. While other brands were pushing for razor-sharp precision and max RPM, CLYW throws had a different feel, smooth, expensive, organic feeling to them. Their video content, often filmed and edited in such a beautiful and majestic way, felt more like a short film than a trick showcase. It was less, look how fast I can go, and more like, look how I can make you feel through this video, through my yo-yo expression. CLYW didn't just raise the bar, they redrew the blueprint. But time moves fast in the yo-yo world. As the scene shifted to ultra-competitive play, CLYW faced a crossroads. They started releasing more competitive-focused throws like the Compass, the Manatee, the Kodiak. Still great yo-yos, but some fans felt the magic was fading. The market got crowded, boutique brands exploded, and CLYW, once the rarest name in the game, wasn't quite as exclusive anymore. Today, CLYW isn't the hype monster it once was, but its impact is undeniable. They proved that yo-yos could be more than just a toy, more than just a tool. They could be works of art. They inspired a generation of throwers to slow down, get weird, and make every trick their own. And somewhere in a dusty BST thread or an old trick video, the spirit of the lodge lives on. Because in the world of yo-yoing, CLYW wasn't just a company, it was a culture. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the exclusive boutique company known as CLYW, Caribou Lodge Yo-Yo Works. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, follow for more deep dives, and until the next time I ramble on, I am Echo. Peace out, everybody.